Hello kids, I'm Mr. Whitty, and this is my cat Polvo, and we're back today to introduce another math concept. So as you may, if you've been watching our other videos, you may notice that we've been using pennies and dimes to do simple two-digit addition. We've been using pennies to represent ones, since pennies are worth 1 cent, and dimes to represent our tens, since dimes are worth 10 cents. Well, today I'm going to introduce a new strategy or a new kind of manipulative that we can do the same thing with. And since we're using them, we're going to introduce a way of representing or drawing a model to help you solve your two-digit addition. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen right now. Here we go. And so we have been using pennies for ones, but we can also use these little blocks. And you may notice that I can put these blocks in a row and we can count them. So that would represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And when I get 10 in a row, you may notice it looks pretty much exactly like the stick where they're all stuck in a row. It's now a 10. This is a 10 stick. These are ones, but when I get to a 10, I can put them all together and they become a 10 all by themselves. So 10 ones becomes one group of 10. And I can build any number that I want out of these 10 sticks and these ones. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I have a little problem we're going to work on first. So here I have a little math problem. I'm going to add 27 plus 46 and find out what I get as my answer. So let's think for just a moment. You may remember that in any two-digit number, the number on the left stands for the number of 10 sticks, and the 7, or the number on the right, stands for the number of ones. So in 27, how many 10s do I need to build the number 27? Did you say 2? That's correct. So I'm going to put 2 10 sticks. And how many ones do I need to finish it out? That's right. If you said you need 7 ones, you're right. The number on the right stands for ones. So I have 2 10s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me line them up like this neatly. Or I can put them across like this. Sometimes it's helpful. 3, 4, 5. 6, and 7. So I have two 10s and 7 ones. And to make a 46, I use the same strategy. The number on the right stands for 10s. So in the 46, that will mean that I will need 4 10s. And how many ones do I need? The number on the right stands for the ones. So that means I need 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, when we put them together, you may remember that when we were using dimes and pennies, we put the dimes all together on one side and counted them. And we put all the ones together on the right-hand side and counted them. And it's a good idea sometimes to start with the ones when we're counting, because sometimes you need to regroup a 1 to make it into a 10. So let's go ahead and try. Let's see how many ones we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But we have more down here. I could add 8, 9, and 10. And you may notice that now that's as big as a 10 stick. So that made a new 10. So I'm going to take this new group of 10 that I've just made, and I'm going to put it over here and count it with the 10s. And I still have how many ones left over? 3. I think we're ready to count and find out how much we have. So we regrouped some 10 ones to make a new 10, one new 10. And what was left of that group that we couldn't make into a 10 was 3. So let's count how many 10s we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 10s. So I'm going to put 7 on the left-hand side where the 10s go. We had 7 10s and 3 1s left over. Now, I can do this problem in a different way and do the same thing I did here without using 10 sticks and 1s. I can make a drawing that essentially does the same thing. So I'm going to redesign my problem just a little bit, and I'm going to stack my numbers. So I'm going to put 27, and I'm going to write 46 right underneath with the 4 under the 2 because they both represent 10s, and the 6 under the 7 because it represents 1s. I'll draw my line, and I put the plus in last. Now, to show this, I want to draw a model with for each number. And the way we draw a model is we're going to use lines to represent 10 sticks because they're long and skinny like 10 sticks. So I will need 2 10s to represent 2 10s of the 27. And I'm going to draw little circles to represent the 7 1s. And I'm going to put them imagining that there's a 10 frame up there and following the order. So I will put my 7 1s like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like on a 10 frame, I'm going to go down here and put 6, 7. An easy way to represent 2 10s, 7 1s. And I'll do the same thing with the 46. 46 again had 4 10s. So I'm going to draw 4 10 sticks. And 6 1s. So I'm going to draw 6 circles. Remembering to put the 6th circle under there in the same order that I use when I am using a 10 frame. Now, we're ready to add. So I could even draw a line if you wanted, but the big part of what I'm going to do, one of my groups is very close to a 10, and it needs 3 more to make this into a new 10. So I'm going to draw a circle around these 3 down here and bring them up and include it in my top group like that. So this is a new group of 10. And these are the 3 1s that we still had left over before. They're down here still. So let's go ahead and let's count how many 10s we have all together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And don't forget that one. That makes 7 10s. 7 on the left. And I still have 1, 2, 3 left. 3 1s, I'm going to write the number 3 there. So by drawing this model, I was really doing exactly the same thing I was doing with my 10 sticks and my 1s, except I drew them instead. But instead of drawing squares, I drew circles because they're easier to draw. And instead of drawing these complicated 10 sticks with all the little squares, I'm just representing them as lines. You got your number. Your answer is 73. And 73 is 7 10s, 3 1s, and we could count by 10s to see that. We could count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73. We got our answer, 73. So by using 10 sticks and squares, or dimes, as we were using before, and pennies, or now using a model, drawing the model with 10 sticks and circles representing ones, we can do any problem we want to, all the way up to totals as high as 99. When you get to 100, where that will be a different issue that we'll solve some other time. Thank you very much. I hope you had a wonderful time, and go out, have your mom and dad make a few problems for you, or make them up yourself. And remember, lines are tens. The tens are always on the left-hand side. Circles are ones, they're always on the right-hand side. See if you can solve a few problems. Take them to your parents and see if you got them right. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful afternoon. And happy math. As soon as I can